What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Redemption with Jaden. I'm sitting here with my friend John, and we're just going to be playing a casual game today. How you doing today, John?
I'm doing good. I
Good.
love the way you just flipped the switch.
I
Press
mean,
record. Now it's production studio quality.
exactly.
There you
We
go.
get only the best for you guys on the YouTubes here. Although I guess we got different background and probably a little bit different
I do
audio
like the
today.
lamp though. The lamp. It kind of reminds me of the basic octopus days.
Oh, right, yeah. That's
Yeah,
kind of a little bit of a throwback. There, see, there you go.
yeah.
I should
Some
bring the
people won't
octopus back
won't
at some
remember
point.
that, but
Yeah, you gotta go really deep in the YouTube archives for that one. But so we're just gonna be playing a casual game today, and I didn't want to pull up the whole deck list and show it like I normally do, and have to like go through cards or anything because this deck is one that should be pretty familiar if you've seen a couple of my more recent videos and even one of Tim's pretty recent videos with his big clay uh, deck that he's
big,
been
very big.
beat clay that he's been working on, and he and I played a couple of fun games over the weekend, and he posted those. So I've been working on this deck, made a couple of tweaks here. I took out Book of the Covenant and put Book of the Law back in, and switched up a few of the things in the reserve. And so yeah, we'll see how it goes. John, what are you gonna be playing today? Since it's a quick intro, I figured might as well since we got you here.
Okay. So I went scrambling through the list of the what do we do? The meta power rankings for decks,
Oh, sure.
and one deck stood out to me. Um, what do you think that deck was?
I
Yes,
mean,
that's the deck I'm playing.
I would have to go with the Genesis something or other.
Yes,
I don't
it's
know.
it's the Patriarchs and Moabites list that Jay put out.
Okay, very
So
nice. Cool, cool.
I I will say that I'd like to. I know I give him a lot of crap a lot of times, but I think he has crafted a really good deck here for the like. I mean, we all can acknowledge some of the limitations that Blue has, but this is a fun deck to play. From my few games that I've played against Keegan with it, you were asking me earlier, when's the last time I played someone not Keegan? It might all might go all the way back to nationals. So if I make some mistakes, you're just gonna have to forgive me.
We
But
can probably work that out. But yeah, no, I'm
with the edit it out.
right, yeah. um I I agree that deck did look pretty fun to play. I think I played against kind of an early version of it against Jay, and yeah, I was impressed with how it all came together and like how quickly it came out and everything. So cool, yeah, that'll be fun. And also, I feel like it's worth pointing out that John's internet has vastly improved since the last
Hey,
time he was on the channel here.
check
So
me out. I'm not in slow. Well, I don't want to say. I hope I'm not in slow motion.
maybe I'll
A
have
little
to
bit
edit
more
that in
real
post
time.
and then put you in slow motion. We'll see. But yeah, no more dial up internet quality here.
Well, I still have the Spectrum, so I could switch over at any time. So if I start losing, I'll switch over to the other internet so I can be like, hey, I got connection issues.
Sounds about right. I told him that if he started winning, then I just wouldn't post the video. So yeah, I guess that's fair. But before we get into it, I'm gonna go ahead and do a shout out here with our friends over at Your Turn Games because they are a sponsor of this channel. They also sponsor some podcast out there that I think you're involved
Somewhere out there in
with, if
Portland.
I if I remember correctly. Now, while we have you here, I gotta probe a little bit. Did you take advantage of the collector's corner discount as a collector?
I did not
Oh,
actually.
okay.
Unfortunately, I find myself in a tight spot at the moment for hobby funds. My wife would probably beat me over the head if I had taken advantage. So, because even if I told her you get 25% off, she would be like, yes, but you're still spending 75%
That's fair.
because you know math.
Yep, that's how it works out sometimes. But it does look like some people took advantage of it because I see that the II foils are currently out of stock, and some of the other cards that were up
Ooh.
there previously, some of the ultra rare pluses are out of stock. So it's good to see that people are taking advantage of that. And if you want to head over to the collector's corner here on Your Turn Games, you can do so, but you're not going to get the 25% off anymore. That was just a kind of launch deal. And of course, they've got all of your other needs for redemption supplies and cards that you can pick up there as well. So shout out to them. Thank you to them for supporting this
Yep.
content. And
And my content.
and yeah, we'll just throw it out there. Makes it easier now that we don't have to like kind of avoid one other sponsor, when we do content together.
Yeah. Well, he's still in your family, so you got to
That's
be careful.
that's true. Yeah, yeah. That's all right. He doesn't watch my videos anyway. All right.
Well,
Well, let's I'm gonna go ahead and host a game here and let's just dive right into it.
okay. I guess I'll join the select game.
I appreciate it. Would have been awkward if you just decided not to.
All right. Now, how do I use Lackey? That's how long it's been.
Oh boy. So you see that button that says draw?
Yeah, draw 8.
Do that. Yeah, what was the last Lackey Grand Prix you were in?
Oh, before nationals, I would assume.
Fair enough.
I definitely haven't played in any after.
You're signed up for the one coming up though, right?
Yes,
I
I
see
am.
that.
I'm also signed up for the current Zoom Discord,
Wow.
which I am planning on. I don't know if you want to break down your fourth wall, but this is being recorded on Wednesday. On tomorrow night, I am playing Tim, so I'm
Okay.
sure I'm gonna get. He's been working on Big Nativity as well, so I'm probably gonna end up getting beat by either Big Clay or Big Nativity.
So this is in the Zoom tournament though, so that's assuming that he has all the physical cards that he needs. I don't know if he's invested
Oh,
in
that
in,
is
in
that is
those
something
yet,
to think
or
about.
I don't know. Maybe he just went for it. It's got the software engineering hobby funds, for just he was probably the one who bought all the foils from Your Turn Games and has to.
Yeah. Oh, you're waiting for me to roll. My bad.
I am, well, all right. You
All
won
right,
the
I can
roll.
roll to 4.
Well,
Let's see.
this is interesting start here between Lost Souls and the rest of the hand.
I think I will go first.
Cool.
And I don't have any stars that I would like to do.
I do have one, and it feels really great, I gotta say, to be able to use this star ability because it's been a long time since I feel like it's actually gotten use. During the tournament, I drew Zerubbabel in my opening hand once, but I also had Temple in my opening hand. Felt pretty bad. All
All
right,
right.
just that one for me.
Okay, I'm going to underdeck a card to draw 1. Now you can do all your shenanigans.
Yeah, we got plenty to do here. All right, let's give you the hopper first, and then I think we'll go with darkness first
What
here.
are you a fan of the New Testament hopper they just shared?
Define fan of like.
Well, would you have rather seen a different promo so we would get something besides just that feels it might be a little tongue in cheek to say, but it feels like that's just kind of a not a real excitable promo.
Yeah.
But I mean it
Well,
is just a seasonal, so
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it maybe opens up NT Unity a little bit more because I think I don't know. I don't think anyone was avoiding playing NT Unity because they couldn't play Hopper, but I think that it at least gives NT Unity a little more viability because I think you would avoid playing Hopper if you were doing NT Unity because you didn't want to get that messed up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean, I was probably one of the very few people playing NT Unity Lost Souls in my Nats deck, so it kind of excites me in that regard, I suppose, if I were to do that again. I got to figure out what to pitch to my prosperity here, and I think I am going to
Whatever the best card is, maybe that Zerubbabel.
I do have Matan in the main deck who can resurrect a PostE with his star ability, so
Nice.
maybe just maybe I'll do that. No, I think we're gonna pitch the officiators here. As much as I want to have those Joshua heroes. Found another lost soul. And then we'll do the.
It's kind of funny because I finally watched today. I watched your video from last week, and you had a bunch of souls come out in the opening.
It seems like it just happens with this deck.
Which probably helps since you're running 57 to help you use some of those abilities to get to some other things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind having banished and distressed out early. That's for sure. I need to make a token here, but I don't have a
You don't have a
macro
token?
set up for it, so I'll do that while you.
What about that?
Oh, well, there you go. Look at you. Yeah,
Oh, whoa.
give it to you. It's fancy.
Oh, yeah, I assumed.
All right. I think that's gonna be it for my turn or my souls. So,
Okay.
what you got?
I've got that guy playing that card.
Uh-huh.
Going to get that guy. Put that on that guy. And I'll go ahead and play that.
Can't really say I'm a fan of negating my neutrals. Want my banished lost soul to work.
Oh, yeah. That is a built-in benefit of him. You know, most people play him just for the search, the ban, and he can start a big chain.
Right, yeah. And CBN.
But negate
Life
neutrals
burst.
comes in handy in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
Who do I want to grab?
One of the things I like about this deck is that I think there's some or like Moab, right? He's a Genesis human, so you can grab him with your coming with Noah. Yeah. Good synergy there.
Good thing I'm not on the clock here.
I guess I did say it was a casual game, but
I guess I'll just get Isaac and put him down.
I could just start making predictions about what you should get. Just start telling you what to get.
Okay. You have distress down.
What territory class characters do you have in there? Oh, I guess your defense. Yeah.
It's kind of implied with the whole Moabites thing.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
I'm gonna go into battle unless you want to do something first.
Nope, you're good.
Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Well, I will go and get the 2022 teams winner player created card.
Who would that be?
All right, and then since Isaac's in play, I'll get to draw 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then he can ban 2 Patriarch. I will ban 2. I'll ban 2 this guy. And I'll negate your David's servant.
That's not very nice.
And then he can ban to a patriarch. Go figure. I'll ban to Isaac. There's no angel in play, but I can ban to Rebecca, who will then convert Judah to draw 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
And then she can exchange to my hand for this guy I just randomly drew.
Nice.
I control a son of Jacob, so I can draw 2 more.
Uh-huh.
Oh, look, there's my prosperity.
Look at that. Lucky you only negate opponent's neutral cards.
Yeah. So now what to pitch for this?
So look for your best card.
No, I don't want it to be my best card.
You probably have ways to get Rebecca back, right?
I am going to get rid of all of protection.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good.
And then I can ban to an angel. Now choices. I'll ban to him. Take an OT hero from deck or reserve. I'll do the from deck.
Do you have any options left in there? I feel like you got.
Yeah, I'll just grab that guy because it doesn't say it has to be a human. Shockingly.
Fair enough.
So that's my rescue.
All right, that is quite the rescue. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not super often that Foreign Wives gets triggered on or activated fully on turn 1, but you
Yeah, well,
you got
it
there,
definitely did this time.
So yeah, we're gonna be glad about my main deck Foreign Wives here.
Okay.
Knowing that your Discerning Judgment is in reserve, or at least it was last time I played against this
Can
deck.
I play a dominant? Well, I mean, before battle, I want to play it. I mean, I guess it is my choice.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and do these 2 things before you can try to banish my son of God.
Seems good.
So I will take your banished.
Boo.
And then I will take your, I guess, distressed is probably the one that makes the most sense.
Fair enough.
And I will concede that the battle is over unless you want to play something.
I think I'm good.
Okay. If Jay's watching, I hope he enjoyed that turn. I figured I was going to walk into a potential, auto block there, but
yeah. Well, I mean,
it's hard to turn down the first turn acceleration.
When you've got the protect and you've got the play first off of Faith of Abraham, then most of the jump blocks, you might have a way around, but
yeah,
Wives definitely.
But not when they're CBN.
Yeah.
I will, I think, pass turn there.
Sweet. I got a turn. Got a humble.
You got a soul.
Let's yeah, I guess I don't really care about giving you another token at this point. They're gonna get shuffled away anyway. Yeah, no stars. Upkeep, nothing. Let's put down an Akeem. Maybe try to stop you from shuffling your stuff away. Joshua.
First game against non-Keegan since Nationals probably. And I've already located my first misplay. I took your
Oh,
distress so I could put my territory class guy down, and I forgot to do it.
oh. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Joshua would have just picked them apart anyway.
Yeah, but
We'll put down Zerubbabel and um, what's that? No, I will just go to battle if that's cool with you.
I believe it is.
Cool. Let's do Joshua. Do I want to? Yeah, I guess we'll trying to decide if I want to just underdeck your covenant with Noah or if I care about trying to discard your faith of Abraham with Joshua's sword. Let's yeah, yeah, it's fine. All right, yeah, let's underdeck your covenant with Noah. And then Joshua's
I didn't think
sword.
that would be the case since you see so many heroes on the board.
Yeah, I
Got to be
mean,
running out, right?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it just puts another card in your deck, I guess. Which I don't know at this point there aren't that many, but all right, then we'll go ahead and discard your faith of Abraham.
Okay.
And then Joshua will exchange with Nehemiah. Nehemiah will exchange with Zerubbabel. We'll convert to Meek, draw 2. And we'll go find.
Now I can foreign wives you.
That's true. You certainly can. Let's just grab this Joshua. Seems good.
Indeed.
All right, wives away. Or
Okay.
whatever else it is you got.
I will, I think, attempt to block you here and just die. Unless you have dominance.
I do have a Keem that's active right now, so if that changes your pattern or play, you can.
I'm not really a big take back guy, but I guess I'll do it to make it more interesting. I'll just boom. There you go.
All right, fair enough. Well, I suppose it is your initiative because I'm protected from evil cards. So question is, do I want to play anything else? No, I think I'll let you have initiative.
Okay, I'm gonna die.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, I looked at the numbers wrong. I thought it would force you to play an enhancement, but it wouldn't because you were still
Oh,
beating me.
sure. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I kind of wish I would have been able to play an enhancement. So
Yeah. I'll give you this token.
sweet. Let's see. I did not play a territory class, so I guess I can just play this enhancement that I wanted to play here. Solomon's Dream. Go find. I think we just go and get Jerusalem Tower.
Man, I'll tell you what. Every time I hear that name, I think about that classic booster draft.
It's good. It's good. Now I know I know how to put you on tilt.
Yeah, just talk about any scrolls cards.
I'm at 8, so yeah, we'll go ahead and pass the turn. For
All
anyone who
right.
doesn't know the context, if I remember correctly, you drafted a old school Jerusalem Tower thinking it was basically like the new one, except when somebody attacked you with her and you had to shuffle your hand and not be able to draw.
Yeah. That was the gist of it. And it was John Early that did it to me.
Right, yep. This is the old school Jerusalem Tower for anyone who's unaware, unfamiliar. No one can remove a card from holder's draw pile, which includes forced draw. New one is much better.
New one is definitely much better. So not a lot of fun options here. Not quite as fun.
All these heroes and not a lot of fun options.
Well, in prep phase,
Okay.
the prep phase thing.
All right.
Let's see how I want to do this.
I am kind of wondering if there's enough reserve access in this deck that I should cut Storehouse for Wall of Protection. It's like, I think in a deck like the one that you're playing, Jay had Wall of Protection in that list. And I feel like this list is probably kind of similar, just because like how much you can link together just by banning to one hero.
I guess I am just going to plan to go into battle.
I'll allow it.
Okay. So should I draw 3 in the face of Fort and Wives? Let's see how I want to organize this. I'll just go Abraham.
I suppose now the downside of playing this deck is like one of your first games since Nationals is that now Jay's gonna watch this and just want to critique every play.
Oh, that's okay. I've been talking to him about the deck a little bit. So
okay, all right, fair enough.
I mean, as long as I can do it halfway justice, being rusty.
Yeah.
Right.
2, 3,
so
4,
I'll go
5, 6,
ban
7,
to
8.
him. I don't think you have board advantage.
I think
does board advantage count souls?
No, I think we're exactly even. We're both at 10.
Okay. All right. Ban to a Genesis human. I will ban to Jared. Convert to me. Sorry, my mouse is the button is a little worn, so it does its own little clicks when it wants to.
But that can't get you into trouble.
So I can take a blue enhancement, and I will take
Creation of the World. That's my vote.
I wish. It's so bad that they nerfed it so horribly. It's like, let's try to make this work for 3 different themes, and none of them want to play it.
Yeah. But I mean, it was a roots card, so it's not like they could make it quite the same,
I'll take that.
It would be cool if it still banded them into battle.
And then I will ban to this guy, and I will choose your wives to block.
How rude.
Yeah, that's so rude. And then I will go ahead and just play a dominant.
You got it.
Boom.
So
now the one bad thing about choosing wives, yeah, you can't do your shenanigans getting to other characters, but you can play any enhancement on it.
That's true. Okay, so now I've got a ruling question. If I negate your choose to blocker at this point,
it wouldn't undo anything that was caused by I guess because of Cascade Negate. I don't know.
My guess is that I would get to
present a different
blocker because it was negated and there's still technically no character in battle, but let me see.
But isn't I don't know. I'll let you check on that.
Yeah, so I think because it's worded So if a choose opponent effect used before the initial character is presented is negated, the defender has the
Before.
opportunity to present a new character unless they control a character on their side of the battle.
Read that one more time.
If a choose opponent effect used before the initial character is presented is negated. So Elijah
Okay,
was
so
used before the
before you
initial.
got
Yep.
your free choice to
Yeah.
block.
The defender has the
Okay.
opportunity to present a new character unless they control a character on their side of the battle, which I think was more for like if you choose somebody that bans to somebody else, then I negate the choose and it kicks the one person out, but the character they banded to is still there. Like then I can't present a new blocker, which I think is why they put that in there. But I don't know if the intention was there to be like, well, no, I guess yeah, I've seen that come up in other cases where like even if you play a battle winner and then I negate your choose the blocker, yeah, it's still um okay. So now I have to.
So you're just telling me I'm playing horribly.
No, I mean, it's literally just the fact that I have woes in my hand that means that I can do this. That makes your plan not as good.
Yeah, I should have played a different dominant.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm doing this. I just got to figure out how my block is gonna change. Yeah, I think we play woes. It's evil. And then negate Elijah. So that undoes the choose. And then I guess we probably go that way. Yeah. I guess I saw a Dominish.
Um,
I guess technically I should have asked for my woes and then
well, I wasn't going to stop you on that one, but
yeah. Well, then I guess if woes goes through, then I still have Dominish.
yeah.
So,
you're good.
All right, so we'll play Glory. And then, oops, let's not discard woes, just discard Glory. And then I'll go to block.
Sure.
All right, let's do David's Servants. Going to banish a good card from your reserve. It's not protected, right?
I don't think so.
All right. Oh, hey, look. Got a Hashem in here.
No.
We'll banish the first sacrifice.
Okay.
And then I will exchange with a different Edomite from my reserve, which will be my Hashem. And we'll banish 2 cards from your discard pile, which we'll do Emperor Claudius and Faith of Abraham.
Okay.
And we'll discard everybody.
Okay. So these guys are discarded. And then I will.
And I've got my Jerusalem Tower trigger. If you're good with that.
Okay, but I don't. I mean, I guess you get to do that, but the battle's not over.
Okay. Right. Gotta ride on, huh?
Yep, I sure do. And I got a Judah in territory.
All right. Top deck an OT gold
This
card.
is where you
deck.
well, I guess you couldn't do it before, but where you tell me you have the martyr, the falling away. Just keep chaining dominance.
I mean, it's possible.
It is possible.
All right, I'm gonna top deck Caleb and then draw him with Jeshua.
So you only got one trigger?
Yep, because I only banished one evil card.
Oh, it's just evil cards.
Yep.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
All right. Well, I will do this and that guy.
Yep. Dominish.
Sure. Do it for the brand.
You had it.
Okay. That was fun.
It was meant to be.
Definitely.
See, if I had my banished Lossels, oh, actually no, it'd be negated by Abraham. Never mind. So I get a trigger on Husham, I get a trigger on Martyr. Get that J Tower going, man.
Okay, I'll pass turn. Oh, actually,
Do you want to play any territory class characters?
no. I wanna discard this because I don't have the guy to use it on now. And now I'll pass turn.
Fair enough. All right. Got an aimless lost soul that yeah, I don't think that's gonna do anything anymore. Oh, I guess I do have. Man, I'm gonna show it to you just because I could have done it. I do have or did draw Matan to do the star ability, but I didn't discard a PostE. I discarded a Joshua guy. But I will discard an evil card from your reserve.
No, my Husham.
That's probably where we're going. Yeah.
I think you have to, given the choices there.
Yeah. Scattered Sheep is tempting, but yeah. No. Right. And then upkeep. Got a Woes that's evil. Don't know which of your. I guess probably your Malak, right? Yeah, we'll go with that. No. Or should I just negate your Subdue just in case?
Choices.
Yeah. Protect heroes in battle from evil cards. All right, now let's do Subdued. I feel like it's not worth the risk.
Fine.
Yeah.
Take away all the fun.
All right. No other upkeep stuff. Let's do Caleb down. Oh, that's actually it's kind of funny. Let's put down. Could do that. Yeah, I guess that would have been better than Caleb. I should have done my Ezra instead, but no, I guess I'm just gonna play a good crowd's choice to go get him.
All right.
Discard that. And then I will get 6 in hand. Yeah, I'll just go to battle.
That's all right. Bring it on.
All right. I've got a Joshua. We're gonna start with. Nothing under deck. Nothing to discard.
Sure, you can underdeck. You can underdeck your own stuff.
There's.
Well, I guess it is just Evil Fortress, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even have anything in my own underdeck. I will draw a card.
Poor Brian.
Still pretty good. Then we'll exchange with Nehemiah. And then Nehemiah will exchange with good old Jeshua. Jeshua will ban to Ezra. Zerubbabel, bounce Zerubbabel. And then ban to Zerubbabel. Return to Meek. Draw 2. And we'll band to... and both these guys are tempting. Let's do a little... I feel like you got a small hand. Let's pick on it a little bit. Make you discard an evil card from hand or territory.
Discard an evil card. I'll discard this.
All right. And then I will top deck Feast of Booths with Zerubbabel's Temple. And we'll go ahead and draw it with Jeshua. And that's my attack.
Seems like a good one.
Well, thanks. Made it myself.
I think I'll just give you this.
Prosperity. All right. Got 2 evil cards in discard pile. Yeah, I might as well. Going to play Feast of Booths. And we'll banish your Husham and your Balak. And that's it. And then I will draw 2. And then we'll trigger Jerusalem Tower. Owner all. Let's top deck. We'll do Joshua's Covenant. Well, actually, no, let's do Eliezer. And then I will draw 1 with Jeshua. Let's put Eliezer in play. We'll put Captain in play.
This feels like about the time you would be loading up all the meeks for your impartial play.
Yeah.
Now it's just Joshua stuff mixed in, so it's a little less, climatic.
Yeah, I've been kind of thinking about maybe still putting impartial in the reserve because like I'm playing enough heroes where I think I could get there.
Yeah, like when you went into battle there, if you happen to have like, I don't know if you're playing awesome things in there or whatever, but if you were to have a way to play that with 6 cards, you would have.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I don't have a lot of great stuff for blocking, obviously evidenced by the fact I gave you a soul, but I mean, if you could just go ahead and eradicate the hand completely.
Right, yeah.
And then you.
So we'll just put Matan down as not meek. Feels weird, man. But then we'll put down Charioteers. And I will pass turn.
All right.
Yeah, I think if I went that route, I would probably... I'm thinking like I keep Joshua and Joshua's sword. Probably just cut Caleb, Captain, and Officiators. Maybe Joshua's sword goes to reserve. And then I just add a few more posties to get the meek stuff back in there. And then, like, instead of doing crumbled, I probably just put the Lord fights for you in reserve. Just for the big blow. But
I will use this star ability.
all right. Look at the bottom 6. You top deck a good card. Nice. Bet you wish you had a Jeshua so you could draw it right away.
Well, I do have the Shepherds.
Oh, well, it's negated by Akeem, so.
Oh. Yeah, well.
Sorry to rain on your parade. I probably could have at least let you pick a card. And
You're good.
It was kind of funny because you said that, and I was like, "Wait, you're playing Rue in your deck?" Because I'm pretty sure it's Rue the Shepherd, right? He's the Jeshua for Genesis.
Yeah, but it's uh, I'm I'm just I'm not gonna worry about that
All right, fair enough.
because I'm gonna end up probably going in the deck first.
I have wanted to build a deck with both Rue and Jeshua. It's like Genesis top deck stuff, but
I had that at one point in the King Noah stuff,
oh
but
sure,
Jeshua
yeah,
was just far and away better
yeah.
in all regards. So I ended up I'll just use him.
But then you get to draw two instead. It's like.
um,
But yeah, I suppose if you're top decking with Ark of Salvation, right?
so okay, stop, you stupid mouse.
Yeah.
Okay, so move
just
these guys over.
everything
I'm gonna
gets
come in with
meatified.
Eliezer,
There we go.
and he gets to draw 3 because Isaac's in play with Rebecca.
Yep.
I guess I'll ban to Isaac, and since there's an angel in play, I can top deck an evil card. I will top deck your charioteers.
Seems good. Just need that evil Jeshua. Draw one when I top deck an evil card.
Just to do the exchange. Then go here. What's 2 more cards? I think I'll just band here.
A victorious being back for your Abraham or something.
Well, I was thinking about it, but then Abraham just gets me into like I don't have a way to then get back to my lock.
Sure, yeah.
So I figured the protection's probably a better situation in this exact moment.
Right, yeah.
So I won't do the take.
All right. Choices. I think. Let's see. So you played Angel, Son of God, Second Coming. And right on, yeah. So probably go this way. Got your woes in there. Or you're not protecting Lost Souls, right?
I'm not because
yeah.
I didn't get Benjamin in. Yep, that works.
Sweet.
Blue getting stonewalled
by these chump blocks. Wives, Hashem, moths.
Part of that, though, is also not being as up to speed with, I guess, competitive meta play here. I mean, I should be more prepared for that kind of stuff, but
having well, let's see. I suppose you would have had to have a son of Jacob.
Yeah, so I would have had to have a way to get the band back too, and I just thought the protection would be best to end in. Because I really wasn't worried about you playing an enhancement. I was kind of hoping you would have to rely on playing an enhancement, but
yeah,
I do know the deck list, so it's kind of on me.
Let's see. Is Joseph the son of Jacob that he normally would exchange to?
Yeah, he exchanged to him, and then Joseph can only band to another son, so it has to be Judah.
Oh, okay.
So that's the thing. Like, it's a great offense, and the heroes work great together, but there's like straight lines you have to follow. There's not a lot of flexibility with the band.
Sure.
It's not banned to a post-exilic hero.
Yeah. Well, I kind of
We've got one guy that
a little bit
Melchizedek that can ban to a Genesis. Everybody else is like this very specific Genesis.
Yeah. Yeah, I've kind of felt that a little bit with like combining the Joshua with posties, where it's like you got to make sure that okay, I want both Captain and Zerubbabel in this one. How do I sequence it to make sure that get there? You pretty much have to have Eliezer or Nehemiah, I guess, it also works. But
Um,
come on, put some of those evil characters down. We wanna see them.
uh, I guess I will discard this. And then, why not? I'll let you underdeck him with Joshua. In your turn.
All right. Let's see some bait here. All right. We've got a star on teaching in parables. Hit your top card. Watch it be woes.
Oh man.
Okay, I mean it was a
What
1 in
is
12, but
yeah, but still.
that's hilarious. So you would have drawn it off of the victorious being.
Yeah.
If you had gone
So and that would have saved me that rescue.
that's funny.
That's the small decisions we make. You're just loving this, aren't you?
Hey, I mean, you called the Christian martyr first, and then
Yeah, but I feel like I was saying that like and inside I was internalizing hope that you didn't have it. But really I should have known that was me saying that you
yeah.
idiot, he's got it.
Of course, of course.
But I mean still I mean probably still the right play to make you burn it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Just go
basically,
ahead. That's a wasted rescue there. So
yeah, it's like make me have it, I think, yeah. All right,
there's no wrong
woes.
threats, only wrong answers.
I think woes has got to stay on subdued just in case. And then
You don't want to do it on victorious being.
yeah, thought about it. Thought about it. Just to stop Abraham from coming back, but then we'll Great White Throne. It's gonna banish my moths. Oops, not reserve. Banish. There we go.
Let me guess, you're going to do Jerusalem Tower and then draw it off of. I'm
How
sorry.
did you know?
It was low hanging fruit. I had to do it.
I'm gonna search for Angel of the Winds, right? I can get an angel, right? Yeah, okay. And then my Jerusalem Tower search is gonna be Joshua's Covenant. So that's in my hand. That goes on top. Then I'll draw it with Joshua.
You know, for as crazy as I was drawing early on and being at 51, which is where the deck is, versus your 57, you have really like
I've got back
closed
up a
the
bit.
gap on card advantage.
Telling you, man, Jerusalem Tower and Joshua getting it done. And you know, the cards from Zerubbabel too.
It's a
But
3 card difference.
I'm gonna
That's insane.
I think I'm about to make it up, so well.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But let's start with the teaching in parables. See what you got.
I guess
You got a glory. Okay.
you knew I had the glory.
I kind of figured. When you said I should have played a different dominant, and then you ended up playing Rhydon, I was like, I don't think that would have been helped him against
No,
the.
that was
Yeah,
the other one. I should have
yeah,
played glory there, so it would leave
sure, yeah,
your wives with nothing to play on her in battle.
yeah,
And probably should have been the call anyway, but I was trying to save that for a potential deceiver to hush them or whatever.
right, yeah,
Um,
yeah. I
but
could see that going either way.
but save the angel of the Lord there because yeah, it kills your wives instantly, but glory would have done the same thing. And I feel like you get a little bit more like sudden impact from angel in the right spot.
Yeah, I think. Hmm. I mean, I definitely get the logic of playing Angel instead there, especially because you kind of knew the matchup too. So, like, because I have a deck that really wants to put out a bunch of heroes, then I think Glory Husham play has a lot of value to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I could see it going either way.
But either way, it was wrong.
Yeah, if you had played Glory, I would have figured something else out.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just play a Warrior Overtaken or something. Grab a Goliath out of my reserve. All right, artifact down, and so now I just need to draw Son of God, underdeck your Balaam, and have more than one hero in battle. So let's go.
That's a lot to do.
Yeah, it's drive a hard bargain, but.
And now you're gonna do it like instantly.
So let's go to battle if you're good with that.
Are you serious though that out of the 14 cards you don't have Son of God?
Telling you, man, 57. It's risky.
You just called a 1 in 12 odd and it was accurate. So the first card you draw here is probably going to be Son of God.
All right, well, you spoke it into being. We'll see. Let's go, Caleb. Gonna band a captain. Just gonna draw 3.
Was it the first one?
I don't know which one is the first. Is it the one that's further?
The one
to
that's
the right?
farthest in your hand.
Okay, then it was the third.
Oh, okay. But it was on the first draw ability.
Yep.
That's close enough.
Yeah. So then we just banded Joshua and we underdeck Balaam.
No.
And yeah, I think that's all we got to do. Draw one with Joshua's sword. Discard nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll get Joshua in there. Nehemiah.
So yeah, I'll let you play out your final attack here just to make you feel good.
I just wanted to get Joshua in there. Now you can use Falling Away on him if you want to rub it in, but then we'll play him here.
Okay, after you play those, I'm gonna play Glory, and then yeah, I'll follow the way Joshua.
No, you would. No, I don't get my trigger.
Look, I'll officially give you that one, and that one.
Oh, I already.
So your number can go up to 5.
I already took mine too.
Oh, well,
I appreciate it.
It's all in the spirit of I hate this game. No, that was a pretty awesome opening for me and getting stonewalled with wives.
That was yeah. I mean,
like, how many did I draw? I drew 3, and I set it up beautifully, getting the Isaac off of Covenant, and then I did Isaac in the band, got to I just happened to have an ability to get to Rebecca, and when I did Rebecca, I did Rebecca just to get the draw 2 on converting Judah, and then lucked into Jacob. So that was 2, 4, 7, and
then the search for Malak.
Yeah,
and the search for Abraham. Yep. So, yeah.
But getting stonewalled, and then I didn't rescue a single soul in battle.
You went
obviously
+9.
With a lot of it was just dominant misplay, or
because I got
negotiating dominance in battle. I guess would be the issue.
So it was Foreign Wives on the first block, Glory Martyr on the second block, and then Glory Martyr and Woes on the second block.
Yeah. No, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's actually the first time I think that I've gotten a Moths block with this deck, though. I feel like.
Oh, I feel honored.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly been. It's probably one of the cards that gets cut to bring it down to 50. Honestly, so I don't know. I feel like every time that it's where I'm like, oh, I'm in a good position to get a Moths block here, it's after I've already put Foreign Wives in my territory, so they're just not going to draw. And I'm just like, oh. Well.
And then as soon as you block with with moths and they have an answer, you're like, man, I should have gone a banding route.
Yeah, yeah, right. Well, so the other option I had on that turn was Terrified Chiefs, just to like undo your drawing and that kind of stuff. But I was like, I kind of feel like you have the glory, and I think I was actually not positive on this, but I think if you did play Woes and then I played Betrayal to underdeck it, then I think the Protect on Moths turns back on, right? Because it's an ongoing
Um,
ability.
I
Yeah,
I would think so, because it's kind of like turning back on the Noah ability,
yeah.
or whatever. Maybe that's a bad example. What was the interaction? Interrupt the battle with Noah's prevent active or um, Lazarus negating evil cards.
Oh,
That those would react, because it didn't at first, and that was the whole thing with Chad and some of the decks he had built for his play group, and
right, yeah.
then they, I guess, made a change to where it does reactivate. So I would assume that's an ongoing ability it would trigger back.
Yeah. I think, well, yeah, because it's being negated, not interrupted, but I think because the negate on woes is tied to the place, then once it's no longer placed, then as long as it's still the same phase. So I was thinking, even if you did have woes, I was pretty sure that line would work to underdeck your
Yeah.
woes with betrayal,
Well,
unless you
one of
played
the
glory.
one of the last cards I drew was the Book of the Covenant. This deck really wants to get Book of the Covenant and slam. You will remain,
Oh, sure, yeah,
just because. I mean, big banding offenses. You got to assume you're gonna be targeted by CBN scattered effects, or
yeah,
run into um, like the Glory and Husham stuff. That's gonna get you out of battle with no way for you to answer or whatever.
right, yeah, yeah. I kind
But
of
not
wonder.
getting to that and not getting to Oath of Purity to be able to bounce Judah. Um, I mean, you got rid of Judah that next turn because I put him back into battle, but
Yeah,
being able to get him in the band to negate after the turn where I converted him. So,
yeah. Oh, that and your Jared. Let's see, he was converted to. Yeah,
yeah. So those are the two main targets for that.
yeah. Because oh, he only takes blue enhancements though.
Which I still think this deck is. I think this deck is better than I played with it, and I think it's one of those that it has a, I guess, a pretty good variance of outcomes depending on which heroes you get early or whatnot. If you get stonewalled by wives, like if I push through there and you don't have the wives, and I get the rescue there,
Yeah,
then maybe I don't know.
yeah,
Like I don't think you ever really had to, with your dominance that you had at the right times. I don't think you really ever had to feel like your deck needed to make up any distance or any ground.
right.
And a big banding offense like that wants to get out and almost like swarm, get a lead, and then just try to keep pushing the advantage. And when it gets hit in the face, it's like it hurts.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
also have not played, except for playing a few games with Keegan with them. I haven't played Moabites at all.
Hmm.
So, figuring out the best lines of play and ways to block with them.
Yeah,
And
and this deck kind of right. I think this offense kind of chews Moabites apart quite a bit. Like just because they have so many first like the territory class characters that Joshua just can pick them off, and then just the fact that
yeah,
you want to put them in play. It's you get them hit by negates in territory with like captain and that kind of stuff, and then um I guess Matan too, just negating gray humans. It's pretty
yeah.
good.
Which overall, I don't think Moabites are great. I think they're okay. I think that the fact that they can layer protection of lost souls and things, that's cool. But then they also have access to, like the jump block with unsuccessful.
Yep.
You have access to, scattered CBN against everybody's banding on offense now.
Yeah.
It has enough stuff, but I don't think it'll end up being like one of the, 2 or 3 top defenses that people put together come nationals. It is still odd to see that there's been like 3 or 4 times like someone's wanted to write the eulogy for Moabites. like
are you
Card Game
Moabites
Fanatic
officially
asked
dead?
today was like, have we decided that Moabites are not playable or something? I was like, we haven't even had a state tournament yet. And yeah, they look bad in this game, but like you said, like that deck's built to go against Gray pretty well.
Right.
But
yeah, I think
I don't know what defenses are going to end up looking the best overall, but I think we're at a point to where it feels like you can almost grade the defense based on how it pairs with the offense in a deck versus just, this is the best defense and now I can throw it in any deck. Like the Moabite stuff isn't top tier, I don't think, but it works well in a banding offense like that where you have a ton of heroes. You don't have a lot of defensive slots.
Yeah.
Because you can get Moab and then he can go and get Balak. They can get Balaam and boom, boom, boom. You've got characters.
Right. Yeah.
And now you're drawing more into your heroes as you go through your rescues and your drawing. And it just pairs well in that sense.
Yep. Yeah.
And the trade-off is you don't get as much blocking power.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, similarly with the, Edomites with the PostEs. Yeah. It's kind of like just the
Joshua
right
and Thieves.
Yeah.
So, I think Thieves go up a notch
with
paired with. Yeah, but they go up a notch when the offense is also trying to rip through hand protection.
Yeah, that's
fair. And they're taking evil cards that now you have fuel for your, I can play any enhancement that I don't own.
Right, yeah.
Well, you don't really want to take evil cards when you block with Thieves.
Yeah.
So, but I think finding the right synergistic pairing is probably more important this season than it was last season.
Yeah.
From the early indications.
Yeah, and I think, unfortunately, I think that the better versions of each defense, maybe apart from the synergy with the offense, is going to be just a splash of like, for Moabites, it might just be a few Moabites with kind of the rest of the gray stuff, and I guess that's kind of already in there with like Denarius and Emperor, and I don't know if you're running, is Saul in that list or not? Or...
Saul is not.
Oh, okay.
I probably would have put Saul in.
Yeah.
If I had built it, but this is just the straight list from
Jay.
Well, it's not directly from Jay, it's from Tim, so I don't know if he made any tweaks to it before he played it in the Gauntlet. But it's the list before the Gauntlet, because afterwards he cut, like, Bless the Nations. He cut that for Adam, and Adam is such a... I mean, it can go to Jared. He can go and find a Star Human and then band to Jared, but that's his only use in the banding chain. And so I don't think that's worth cutting an Interrupt Battle and Ban to, any number from Old Testament, because there's a lot of Old Testament offenses.
Right, yeah.
So.
Yeah, it seems pretty good.
And it's clay for the random time when you have Melchizedek and nothing else.
True, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess with unsuccessful in the main deck, I can sort of see not running Saul, but yeah, so I think, gray splash, like a little bit of Moabites, a little bit of other gray stuff, and then maybe similar with Edomites, where it's just like, maybe Charioteers and Terrified Chiefs, or maybe Hadad or something, but then in with like a Thieves defense that wants to negate stuff, or I don't know. Like, those are probably the overall better versions, but maybe specifically in these, paired with these offenses, these are better. I mean, I think that if you didn't have the Son of God right away for the banished lost soul, then that would have put in some work.
It probably gets ugly.
Yeah. But
because my only way to negate neutrals was in battle, so that's why I was like, hey, we're staying in battle so I can play these down.
Right, yeah.
And unfortunately those were my only two. But I think also I think as we get closer to nationals, it's really fun. I mentioned to you today that IR throw that away. Like the themes in that, as far as like Sons of Jacob don't do it. Genesis Egyptian. So the themes and the way that they play, you don't get enough to actually build into that theme to want to get the big payoff. But with Edomites, with the banished stuff, with um, Moabites,
Mhm.
with the protection, you got Canaanites doing their thing. Like you can build into the theme, and you're almost there to where you want to capitalize on like the gimmick that they're doing.
Yeah.
So you want to have a bunch of theme cards. But I think as we move closer to nationals, it's gonna go back a little bit to you want the overall individual card power level to be higher than what the themed cards are.
Yeah.
So it's going to lend itself to, oh, we're going to splash this stuff with this stuff, and I
Yeah.
don't I don't know whatever makes us stick with the theme stuff, but I feel like we're a lot closer with II than we were with IR. Maybe the rediscovery of modifiers helps with that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I mean, just kind of having a higher overall card quality, and like I think, yeah, defenses, they're probably going to go more that direction. Joshua, I mean, I feel like that's pretty much got to stay
Joshua
fairly
Thieves.
linear, or like, together, not really branching out too much just because of Promised Land and the unity there. But
Oh, you're talking about just the offense?
yeah, yeah.
No.
And I think
Yeah,
that,
or it's gonna be like a secondary thing, like what you're doing here with the post exilic
yeah,
to
I
get the
mean,
payoff
yeah,
with
this
the Joshua stuff.
isn't really Joshua, but like, it's gonna, I don't know. I guess I have been seeing uh, Joshua Son of Nun, and I think one list that was running Joshua the Conqueror and like an actual Joshua offense,
Mm.
which it's interesting. But um,
How 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 long are you gonna play this deck before you think about, well, should I put Jehu in?
I mean, if I did cut the Joshua stuff, so like the Caleb, the captain, and Joshua's officiators, then Jehu maybe cuts in somewhere. Like maybe some of these other guys move to reserve, then David comes in, Jehu comes in reserve, or something like that. I don't know. And then we're basically just back to regular posties how it was. I don't know. So
You're one card away from it just being standard like 2022,
yeah, right.
and that's Jehoshaphat.
But
throw
like
him in,
jo-
bounce, ban.
Joshua's sword, I feel like can kind of just do some work by itself, being in addition to this deck. Just really helps with like the territory pressure and and Jerusalem Tower, honestly, with the Moabites. Like I feel like that helps a lot because I think what the what the offense kind of lost, or like why it's not as good as it was because of the territory class limit, I
Yeah,
think.
I think
Um, but
Josh
Jerusalem Tower
Joshua's
kind of
sword
helps.
is that's a card that is about to like skyrocket. It's it's gonna be close to like Mary Holy Virgin level because it doesn't have Unity on it, so you can put it in a couple of like different versions of whatever. It doesn't have to be
Yeah,
all Joshua or whatever. But when they get rid of like when the card goes away, the permanent effect goes away. So it's just gonna be able to come in, hit a fortress or whatever. Well, that's gone.
yeah,
Hit
yeah. That's true.
hit. Like
I mean,
it's gonna be pretty good. Oh,
that's
get rid of your
assuming
artifact, it's gone.
that's assuming though that Joshua, sees play in those decks. Like you still do have to run Joshua. So
Well,
I don't know.
I mean for the ability to do that,
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
Joshua's an easy include
yeah.
for the payoff.
Could probably even put him in your Genesis deck somehow. Jared, Band of Joshua,
Mm.
exchange
Then
for Meek Judah or something.
yeah, I don't know about all
Abram's
that.
army. There you go. You know.
I honestly don't think this offense needs anything else. I think it just needs to, well, first of all, you got to play enough games to where you can kind of read the room and know when you don't go for reckless acceleration and go with a more strategic approach.
I
Like
mean,
where we're going victorious being, like where I went with the protection, but protection is not as good as, like, it's good because it forces somebody to have an answer generally. But where I could have gone to Abraham and discard, draw my one, and the one would have been woes that would have stopped the mods.
yeah,
Like I think at some level that's always going to be kind of a luck based play because you got two ways to go and both of them make sense in their own regard, and it's just which one you choose.
right, yeah.
But
Well, same thing with Glory versus Angel. It's like,
well, yeah.
yeah,
So getting back into actually playing games is where you work on like the nuances.
yep. Kind
And
of making those 50-50s more
I
into
lost
a
in every
60-40.
situation where there was a nuanced decision tonight.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of shift those 50-50s into maybe like
but
a
I
60-40 or something like that, where you're like, okay, I think that there's a little better chance if I go this way.
yeah, and you had your foreign wives in hand naturally, right? To start the game.
I drew off Prosperity.
So but you didn't have to like deceive her to it or
Right.
anything.
Yeah.
And like so the whole time I'm doing this big turn, you're just sitting over there knowing you're gonna be able to get the auto block.
Well,
So while I draw 7 cards in your mind, you're not even
it took me a second to realize because I was like, oh right, yeah, he drew 3 off of Eliezer. So then I think it was once he drew the 2 off of Jacob that I
yeah.
actually started counting, and I was like, oh right, yeah, it's up. He is up to 7 because like normally I don't even really think to count on the first turn.
And see, that's the thing where was 3 good enough?
Yeah.
Like if I only draw 3 and you don't have access to get the foreign wives auto block, do you block me that turn?
Well, let's see. Yeah, you negated
Because
David's
2 of the
servants.
last cards I drew were Son of God and Second Coming. They were 2 of the like last 3, so I wouldn't have had those. But I think I had. I want to say I think I had awesome things pretty early.
Hmm.
Um, and I did have the ability to play an enhancement, but when you put wives up there and it's CBN protected, there's no reason to interrupt and reserve. I had what reserve for famine.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I didn't really get any value there. Yeah, then you probably would have gotten it because all I really had was hypocrisy, I think, for the first couple of turns as far as evil enhancements go.
mm,
Yeah, and then you negated my David servants, so wouldn't have been able to go there. And I don't know. I don't think you necessarily like if you're negating David's servants, I think going for the draws, the max draws there was probably still the right play.
yeah,
It's like, yeah, I mean, you're basically counting on me having exactly wives in my hand, and if you're not familiar with the list, then you're also, assuming that I am playing wives in the main deck, which,
yeah. Which shockingly, I don't know when I missed the boat on that, but apparently now it's in everyone's main deck again.
I,
And
I
it feels like last month, 2 months ago, it was in everyone's reserve. And now all of a sudden they're like, Matthew who?
yeah, right. Well, that's what I was kind of trying to bank on with that turn 1 win deck. I was like, people are playing wives, right? Like in the main deck, let's try it out. And then
Yeah.
Chad just had to stomp my hopes and dreams.
Yeah. But, oh,
All
well,
right.
I appreciate you letting me get the game in and lose to you before I lose to Tim tomorrow night.
Hey,
Knock the cobwebs all the way off.
yeah, get one little one rep in tonight, just kind of brush it off a little bit. Yeah.
I'll put Adam back in the deck when I play him, so at least I can say, "Hey, your changes didn't matter when you beat me."
There you go.
I'm just kidding, Tim.
Uh,
I mean, not about you beating me, but the other thing.
yeah, not gonna put an Adam. That would be
Yeah.
ridiculous. Why would
But
you do that?
I am really actually looking forward to tournament season this year. work has slowed down a good bit to where now I have a lot more free time.
Nice.
I've got my cards at work with me, so when I'm, have downtime at work, I can grab them. So hopefully I can turn this thing around before nationals and get in tip top shape.
There we go. All right.
My goal is to beat Brian at a state tournament or higher this year.
All right, fair enough. Yeah.
I'm undefeated against him at nationals, but I haven't beat him at a state tournament or a regionals. And we always have like the closest games, like one play here, one play there is the difference.
Sure. Yeah. So. Yeah. Well, let's see, we got 1 month for Kentucky State, so
something like that. Yeah.
It'd be good.
A little less, a few days less now.
Yeah.
I think it's what, 3rd and 4th? Does that sound right? Or 4th and 5th?
4th and 5th. Yeah. So, yeah, pretty much 1 month. So it should be good. Looking forward to it, and still trying to make sure or see if Justin's gonna come with me or not. But
well, you need to drag him.
Yep. I just gotta wave the belt in front of him a little bit, or at least take a picture of it or something.
Like he's not gonna turn down a chance to win the belt, right?
I don't know. Yeah, Kentucky's pretty far.
I mean, and he's probably looking at the competition, knowing that Brian's probably got it in the bag.
I don't think he really watches my videos, but it was a good effort. I appreciate throwing it out there.
Well,
but
all you can do is try.
Yep, for sure. But thanks for getting the game in and helping me continue to test this deck. I'm sure well, I guess I can't say I'm sure, because I think we have a pretty decent number of people in the next Lackey Grand Prix, but maybe we'll see each other in the Lackey Grand Prix coming up here.
Maybe so. Maybe you with the 50 card version.
Could be.
Although 57, I think I don't think it runs bad at 57.
Yeah, I mean the defense is pretty solid, but I can see where there are at least a few cards that I'm like, this could probably go. So, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah,
but you're also probably in that spot where, you can cut 2 or 3 cards, but you would have to cut down to 50,
right?
To really want to give up the extra dominant in a list like this.
Yeah.
I mean, dominance won you several battles here. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. Yeah, it would probably.
And no matter what,
Angel or Martyr or something. Yeah.
You always have woes in the moment you need it most. Every video, every game. It's almost like you got pocket woes.
What can I say? I don't leave it on top of my deck like some people. So.
Double nickel.
In Lackey, yeah.
Yeah, the Lackey Shuffler Ghost.
Right, yep. Yeah, I've got my...
We can't give credence to that, or then Josh will tell us that we're creating controversy for no reason. He said one time in the Discord server, what was it? Like, quit giving credence to the notion that Lackey is somehow looking at your cards and figuring out which ones it wants you to have the most.
Right, yeah.
Well, that's fine, but every time I at the time, it was like every time you put Remnant or Exiles in, you're getting it turn 1. Like opening 8, you're getting it.
Yep. Yeah.
And Emmaus Road, if you play that, you're going to get that most of the time. Virgin Birth, you're going to get that most of the time.
There was a deck that I built recently. I think it was one of the Joshua decks that I built where I put Remnant in the deck because it was like, I want to just take your stuff and any means possible. And of course, like the one game I played with it, it was turn 1. Yeah.
And no targets.
Yep. Floats right to the top.
And you can't go to your reserve to at least get value.
Nope.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe one day those will see play again. Maybe with Subdued. I feel like there have been some lists with Exiles in it because Subdued shuffles it away. But
yeah. I guess that could be good, but all right, I'll stop rambling
targets
now.
For it.
You're going to have to edit this thing because you got a deadline. I know all about missing your deadline, so I don't want to be the reason you miss one.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. You got 12 hours. It'll be good.
12 hours. You got to sleep in there somewhere.
Somewhere. Yeah, we'll figure that out. So.
But,
All right. We'll
all
catch
right.
you later. Thanks again.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Peace.